Hello YouTube, this is Keith Kevin Ken. How you doing? How you doing? I hope you're doing well. This Saturday, October 22nd, 2002, we are going to have a big knife sale. I'm still working on it. I've gotten the prices together. Big knife sale, okay? It's going to be at noon, and this that you see in front of me is the preview of all the knives that will be sold noon Eastern time. Eastern time. I say Eastern time all the time, and then everyone asks questions, when? You know, Eastern time. These are the noon ones. The sale will happen at noon. You can only start emailing me when the video starts. They will give prices to all of the knives here. And in the description, it'll give you everything as well, the prices. This is a PayPal only sale. It is USA only. Only USA. You can buy more than one knife per period because the sale is at noon, 3 p.m., and 7 p.m. Eastern. Noon, 3 p.m., 7 p.m. Eastern. I will send you later a preview of the 3 p.m. knives and then the preview of the 7 p.m. knives, okay? But you have to wait until the noon video starts here on this YouTube channel and then go for it. You can buy more than one knife at a time, but you must be committed to the knives, all of the knives that you buy, because I'm going to tell other people it's already committed to. Last time I did the sale, there were 6 people who I refused to give them their knives. Because at the end, when I checked, they said, well, I changed my mind. I don't want these 2 knives. And that was the next day. The knife sale is over. And I said, I'm not going to give you the other knives. Keep your money. You'll see some of those quality knives during this sale. Okay? Play fair, or I just will tell you to keep your money. All right? Because I'm allowing you to buy as many knives, but you have to be committed to them. You have to pay for all the knives. You can't say, I want all the knives, and then you hold up everyone, and then you only buy 1 out of the 7 knives. All right? So that happens. We don't want that to happen again. All right? I'm excited about the sale. So let's go through it now. So these are the knives that we'll be selling at noon. The pair of 3, we have 4 pair of 3s. Okay? We have the satin blade pair of 3 with CTS BD 1N steel. These are the lightweight pair of 3s. That's the satin blade. This is the black blade to those. And then we have the satin and black blade with serrated edges. Again, CTS BD1N steel. Yeah, I have to reach around my camera, so I'll bump it. And, this isn't for beautiful production values. Talk about a knife that stays around because people do crazy things after they commit to it. Let's play fair. This is the Paramilitary 2 OD Green, G10 OD Green with black S90V steel. This is a great knife at a very reasonable price when you get to the prices. Okay. This is a knife that I held back because you see that smudge at the bottom and there's some smudges on the top. None of these knives have ever been used. None of them. I've taken pictures with them. They're stored, okay, in cases. But you know what? Sometimes you get something like 52 100 52100 steel. Great steel, but it'll smudge on you. So I kept it, but this time around, here's the combo blade. Carbon fiber, real nice knife. Here you see some titanium 4 knives that I've held on to because they're my babies in titanium. That's the Techno 1, which was my very first knife ever that I paid more than $100 for. It's true. It's true. That's the Techno CTS XHP steel. Next to it is the Techno 2 with CTS XHP steel. As you can see here, this is the new version. The chubby. I think this is the first time I've even made this available. With S30V steel. And then this is another knife that I didn't let the person walk away with. Last time I had the blue and I had the tie. This is one of my favorites. It's the Spidey Chef with tie, with that great LC 200N steel, LC 200N steel that's just rust proof. Just a great everyday knife. The swayback, you guys know this is one of the quality knives that Spyderco released over the last 2 years or so. With CTS XHP steel, it just feels like it's built like the Techno, like you would expect this knife maker to build them. I remember when the Patata came out. I did a video right after I got it and played with it a little, and I called it, I love the Patata. I really do. This is one of the ethnic series, but it's thin. It's great. The G10 feels great in the hand. It's just a real nice knife. M390 steel, the Patata, and then Spyderco was smart enough to release what I'll call is the Pattese, right? Pattadese. It's a little Patata with a 3.2-inch blade. Both of these with M390. No, I'm sorry. This has M390 steel. The Patata has M690 steel. Both of these are great. Again, one of the knives I didn't let go because someone didn't play fair. You have to play fair, guys. Right next to it, it's the Watu. W-A-T-U, part of the ethnic series. You guys remember, this is the baby of the Chokwi. That sold last time I trimmed. This is a great knife with 20 CV steel. 3.2-inch blade. I really like the profile of the blade too. With that point. It's close, isn't it? It's getting close to your Jimbo kind of style blade. Carbon fiber. Just a real nice knife. Yes, this is another one that sold. And I didn't let it go. I'm crazy, I know. But I want this to be as fair as possible. That's why I don't give you eBay prices. And some of these knives, whoops. Oh, man. Hold on, you guys. My mic moved and then I dropped my knife. A lot of the knives you'll see later, especially the ones later that you'll see with the Sage and the Chaparral, when I give you the preview for the 3 p.m. sale and the 7 p.m. sale, a lot of those knives, there just weren't any knives available like them. So a lot of classic knives. I know the few knives that everyone's going to be asking for, but if you're a real collector, there are some real knives here. But this is, I never could pronounce it, Ikuchi. Yeah, that. S30V steel. I love compression lock, but the thing that's really nice, yeah, it's the wheel instead of the flipper. It's a real nice knife. Just beautiful. Carbon fiber. Another knife that didn't go, although people wanted it. Let's play fair this time around, okay? This is a little native. Whoops, sorry. The carbon fiber little native with S90V steel. Of course, the compression lock. I don't think I ever offered the Spy Opera. This is one I was keeping in my collection, but this time around we're going to let it go. This is with the canvas micarta M390 steel, great steel, feels great in the hand. Back lock. I don't know what people have about a back lock, but they have something about a back lock, that's for sure. I love the back locks. They're so, for sure. I love to hear them click in there. They're very strong. I think it's because, you can't flip them around like you do some of them for YouTube videos. Always been a special of mine. The Volatin sub-hilt. Thick. That smooth G10, no one does it better than Spyderco. Smooth G10 with the sub-hilt. 3.7 inches S30V steel. And then they were smart enough to come out with the little sub-hilt. Thick, a little thinner, but still thick. Only 3.1 inch blade. Now here are some of the knives. Let's see if we can move this back a little. Let's see. Yeah, ugly camera move alert. So here are very special knives. We have the Spyderco Sage series, the entire series. Now let me say this, except for the later knives, like Spyderco just released, a new Sage 1 and Sage 5, but all of these are just hard to find, period. And then the one Superstar is just impossible to find, and if you find it, usually impossible to buy. And this, to me, is the best thing. If you're going to trim your collection, just be a man about it and give someone a chance. I know some people turn them around and sell them again, but here we go. Here's the Sages. Remember, all of these have not been used at all. These all have factory edges on them. This is the Sage one. S30V steel. So the Sages, except for a newer one, all have, except for the Sage 1 Part 2, 3-inch blade with that Spyderco leaf, S30V steel. The Sage are the sages, the men who created the locks. So this is for the frame lock. The frame lock. This is for the liner lock. All right. Carbon fiber. This is Chris Reeves' frame lock. No, it's not. Sorry. Thought this was 2. It's not. This is the second Sage 1. I'm still not used to it in my collection. Second Sage 1 that Spyderco recently released with Maximet steel, great steel. Other than that, it's just like the other Sage 1. It has gray G10. That's different. But everything else is the same. But I love that Maximet steel. This is what I thought I was picking up. Sage 2. This says, thank you, Chris Reeve, for the frame lock. That's why it's in titanium. like most of Chris Reeves' Sabinzas. Everything else is the same with S30V, etc. They actually had 2 of these. I used to have both of the 3s. The other one has carbon fiber, but I trimmed that a while ago. But this is the blue. This is the original blue for Sage 3. Blue G10. This has bolt action lock. All of these are smooth as silk. Now I'm an old man at 63. This summer turned 63. So I'm going to take a deep breath and then we're going to finish all of this. And I'm taking a breath on my favorite knife ever. In fact, I bought it twice. I actually trimmed this years ago. And that was before the average price jumped up to $550, $600. And I just beat myself. And then I found a new one in box. So I bought it again. It's Sage 4 with titanium bolster, ironwood. By the way, all of these have the wire clips. Just a wonderful knife. Again, hard to find, hard to afford. I will tell you that this is more affordable than you'll find it anywhere else. Okay? It's the most expensive of the Sages on this table. But it's not 500, 600. So if you're a real collector and really want to touch something that you can't get your hands on, that's a good one from Spyderco. This is, for years, we waited for this knife. All right. This is Sage 5. Sage 5, they made us wait for it. I think that they just, I think Spyderco felt shy about paying tribute to their own lock. This is 5 that pays tribute to the compression lock. Just a real nice knife. Remember, all of these never been used. That's with carbon fiber. And then this is the Sage Lightweight. Really the newest one. Spyderco with the Sage series and the Chaparral series trying to offer a less expensive option. And so this is Sage 5 Lightweight. Again, everything except for part 2 with Maximat steel. They're all S30V steel, all the same. Just the perfect Spyderco collection. I think there are 3. I like my Spyderco collection. I've always loved Spyderco, except now, and that's another video sometime after the sale. But I love these little mini collections you can come up with. For instance, there's the Sage collection. I'm going to talk to you about the Chaparral collection. And then the last mega collection is the Copa collection. 17 knives that are all the same, but all have these wonderful, exotic scales. That will be sold at 3 p.m. and I'll give you the preview of that. So remember this Saturday, the sale starts at noon. When you see the video that gives you the prices of everything, that's when it starts. You don't have to view the video. If you know that's the knife, as soon as the video hits at noon, you can start, going for it. It's always first come, first serve. Hey, you have the knife in mind that you want to buy. I'm just giving you what I get. And there are probably 5 knives that everyone wants out of every collection that I sell. And what happens is, at noon, email goes crazy. I let the email lines them up by time. And then I go from the bottom, the first one, all the way up to the top. And so usually the person who wins gets that one. Sometimes they'll get all 5 of them, okay? And then I spend the rest of the time going, sorry it's gone, sorry it's gone, and sorry it's gone. that'll happen again. You should go for your first one in case you get it, but have your other ones ready. You can only buy the knives that are set for noon. Don't go try to buy the 3 p.m. knives. You can't do that until 3 p.m.'s video starts. You can't buy the 7 p.m. knives until 7 p.m. Remember, it's all PayPal, and it's the real PayPal. All right? I'm sorry this is long, but I want you guys to see at least what we have offered at noon on Saturday. Okay, Chaparrals. I love this series. The Chaparral is different because, of course, it's a smaller blade. It's 2.8, but it still has, see that Spyderco leaf, the forward choil. All of these, though, because they're not celebrating different locks, all of them have the back lock. But look how thin they are. They're gentleman folders, really, but a little bit grittier. They all have stainless steel liners. They're just so well done. Oh, they're so well done. Here's one. Here's one. 2.8-inch blade. As I said, they're all the same. And they all have CTS XHP steel, which I think is one of the best all-around steels you can get. You know, it's funny when people talk about it, they don't talk about it like it's some of the best exotic steels around. It's not exotic. It wasn't made in Thailand or anything. It was made right here, but oh, what a beautiful steel. Here's Chaparral 2. This is the titanium. Let me tell you, titanium and the next two titanium. The titaniums, you can't find them, and they're expensive if you do. This is a real nice titanium. You can see the scales. Everything else is just like you would expect from Chaparral. Here's the third one. They call this stepped titanium. See the pattern? You can feel it. It's 3D. You can feel the ridges and stuff on the titanium. Look how thin. I just think it's one of the perfect knives for Spyderco. All of them with the wire clips. Now, it took me, I didn't even realize this until 1 year. It took me a year to realize this is, they call it, it's still stepped. It's the blue stepped tie. I didn't realize that was the same pattern. That's how much the blue anodization makes it seem different. Same pattern, but this has the blue. This is the winner of the class. Hard to find. It came out as one of the most expensive. I knew that was going to be one of the discounted gems. Just like I knew that the Sage 4 was going to be a gem, because it's heavier with the wood and the titanium bolsters. Everyone's like, oh, it's ugly. Oh. So fewer people bought them. Now they're trying to sell houses to get one to complete their set. I just thought the rising moon and sun, or sun and moon, was just great. You know, it's hard when you're taking a picture of it because you can only do one side. But isn't it just wonderful? Smooth G10 on both the moon and the sun. It's a classy Chaparral. That's one of them. You know, we had to wait a little while for Spyderco to start giving us more Chaparrals, and they did a good job with them. They really did a good job with them. Hold on one second. It's funny. You get old and you don't realize that you're old until your knees hurt. And your hands get the arthritis. Anyway, this is one of my favorite ones. It's the Chaparral Bird's Eye Maple. All of the Chaparrals have CTS XHP steel, 2.8-inch blades. I can never explain this, but it's so nice. Acrylic on the outside, so you feel the acrylic. Inside is like this 3D, they call it Raphael brass. So you get this brass inside. See the pattern? All of this is smooth acrylics. It's a really nice knife. And then the last one, like with Sage, the least expensive, lightweight, with nice gray G10. So that's it. Remember, the sale happens this Saturday, October 22nd, at noon Eastern. These are the knives that will be sold at noon Eastern. It's USA only. It is PayPal only. You can buy more than one knife at a time, but you must buy all the knives. So if I come back and find that you only paid for 4 of the 5, and you say, well, I don't want to pay the other one, then I will not give you the other 4. All right? I'll just take them back. I need this to be fair. And that's it. Good luck, guys. This time around, you're going to get some real special knives in your hands, and I'm happy to be able to bring them to you. Take good care of yourself. Good luck on Saturday if you're going to play with us. Noon, 3 p.m., and 7 p.m., October 22nd. Those are Eastern Standard Times. I wish you all the best. Take good care of yourselves. Whether you're part of the sale or not, I appreciate you all. Keep those pockets full. Goodbye.